sat by herself in the small room at the back of the house. Full stop. She could hear the voices of the people sitting together in the large front room, and at times a few notes from a well known air would reach her from the radio set, which was always kept near the door. Full stop. Generally, she liked to sit with the others in the evening, hearing them talk about the events of the day and expressing opinions on the news given out by the BBC. Full stop. The people were employed in such different ways, and they held such widely different opinions that she, who knew little about the arts in any form, believed that to sit in that room was as good as going to watch a play. Full stop. That night, however, she continued to sit by herself in the small and rather plain back room that had been used as an office for the past 30 years. Full stop. She looked down at her hands and saw on them signs of years of hard work. Full stop. Not for her were the white hands of her borders, few if any of whom had ever done any really hard work in their lives. Full stop. Her hands were red and covered with little black lines. Full stop. For as long as she could remember, she had had to work for her living, helping her mother and afterwards working in the boarding house. Full stop. New paragraph. That day her boarding house had been bought. Full stop. She herself had signed the papers that meant that the house would pass into other hands next month. Full stop. Another woman would own the boarding house and would plan the meals for the boarders and would, or so she hoped, look after their comfort and well-being. Full stop. Nor had she any right to be upset about this, because she herself had put the house up for sale with the announcement, a business for sale in good running order. Full stop. The owner is willing to consider the sale at a reasonable price of the boarding house known as High View. Full stop. It faces the sea and has room for 25 boarders. Full stop. An interesting and profitable business for anyone willing to work. Full stop.